Hi, my name is Jaria Banks. I'm an English major here at Nicholls State University and a sophomore. In this video, I'll be giving a short reflection on both the annotated bibliography and my research paper as a whole. When writing the annotated bibliography, we were instructed to use scholarly and credible sources. In my annotated bib, a credible source I used was an article from the website healthline.com called Failing Down: Explore the Clinical Stages of Grief. Research I received from this article was information on how everyone won't experience the 5 stages of grief. Some may spend an extremely long period of time in one stage and may not even experience any of the other stages at all. A scholarly source I used in my annotated bib was an interview with Sandra Backridge, where she interviewed a psychologist / teacher on her experience with teaching coping methods from grief. When writing my research paper, I used taught elements such as the ICE method, and the strong thesis statement. I've used the ICE method in several parts of my paper, introducing the quote, citing the evidence, and then evaluating it. An example of this was when I listed the physical process of grief. It were stages to take care of yourself physically. So what I did was I used the stages directly from the article, and then I evaluated it, analyzed it, sort of gave my own take or definition of what that was supposed to be like including examples of what you were supposed to do and stuff like that. I also used a strong thesis statement in my paper by it also went along with my title. I said that understanding grief and breaking through the process of overcoming the experience. It's hard. I find it really hard to understand a feeling when you don't know much about it. So I thought that my thesis statement should be based on that. As a whole, I really enjoyed this course, being that I previously dropped it in the past and had to retake it again. But this course has taught me to see things through even when it doesn't make sense. I had a hard time finding credible sources for my annotated bib without them having repetitive information. Didn't want to use the same sources that were showing and saying the same thing, like, hey, this source showed the stages of grief, and then I came back and this source said the same thing. I wanted different information to where I can incorporate it into my paper. Once I got into my paper, I was able to find a source with remarkable data. I mean, it was one source that really listed everything that I was looking for, but I was able to take pieces from that article and incorporate it into my paper without it sounding repetitive and the same thing over and over again. In future courses, I think I would love to write more freely with less guidelines to adhere by. I want to explore my creativity. When I say creativity, I mean for example, writing a fictional narrative where I can create the character, create the setting, basically create the entire story. I mean, I want to tell a story. I think that'll be really interesting to me. I can let my creative juices flow along with structure. So I think that'll be something really interesting for me to be able to do. Being that I used to do that type of stuff when I was in elementary school. I mean, we used to have to write little stories for English class, so that'll really take me back, being able to do that again in college, and having professionals analyze it and tell me what I can do that's better. Unlike in elementary school, that wasn't really an option. They really just let us write on the paper, and whatever came to our mind, we read it, and it was just like, wow, it's so amazing, but it wasn't really structured. So so that's what I really want to look forward to in my next courses. But I really did enjoy this course with Miss AJ, and I really appreciate all the help that you had given me and the constructive criticism. I will incorporate that into my next courses and going throughout my college life. Thank you.